future's the past. Seize the moment while we're in it. Hold on to each other as long as it lasts. I don't care but forever, 'cause sometimes forever is over so fast. Hush, hush, baby, come in here with me. I want for you to go. No need to worry, there is no hurry to stay. We'll take it.
Last week we talked.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA regular season opener for a couple of teams. Thank you all for tuning in. So happy you're here. I'm ecstatic that you're here. And I'm really happy that Kenny and Shaq are here,
I
too.
miss you too, Ernie.
Thank you. Me too. Tonight, we'll be watching the Orlando Magic playing against the Dallas Mavericks at American Airlines Center. And guys, for the Mavericks, opening the season in their own building is an advantage, but it also dials up the pressure on them a little bit. The last thing they want to do is disappoint their fans on opening night. They want to come out, give the best performance possible, and start the season with a win. After a brisk off-season, it's finally upon us, fellas.
What's that?
Opening night.
Oh, tonight's opening night?
Hey,
Oh, those are preseason
games. Shaq, your thoughts on how important it is for a team to get off to a fast start?
Well, early wins gives you confidence.
Oh, do they ever?
Makes you more intimidating to play against.
Does it ever?
I'm so excited. I miss you guys this summer.
Oh, I know. What have you been doing?
I'm happy to be here. I went to China about 59 times.
Yeah.
I went to Cancun 72 times.
Uh-huh.
And I went to the North Pole twice.
Oh, wow.
Wow, how's
so
that?
a pretty uneventful summer for you.
It was bad. I was looking for Santa. I couldn't find him.
Okay, well, you're not supposed to. The fans, the local media, everyone is excited. And I just am excited to be here, start of the season, and you don't want to start slow. You don't want to have any rough patches early on.
What'd you do this summer?
I went fishing.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
Catch anything?
Fishing. Yes, I did. I went to Dubai and went deep sea fishing.
Wow, awesome. So you were traveling all over the place? You go deep sea fishing?
What'd you do?
I cut the grass. It was awesome. Oh, that wraps it up. Let's go courtside.
Well, we can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. It's Western Conference versus Eastern Conference here in Dallas, Texas, where the Mavericks will try to protect home court. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Orlando. A year ago, they each gained a victory at home, but couldn't secure a win on the road.
Yeah, faced off twice last season, and it was a split between the two teams.
Well, you know, both of these teams know and understand when they face off, it's a very winnable game for either one of them.
A look at the starting group for the Magic. The big men are Gordon and Vucevic. Payton and Fournier are the 1 and the 2. And it's Isaac in at the 3. The drive by Barnes. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
Fantastic as an athlete is Barnes, and he attacks the rim off the drive. Man, I love the way he goes with force.
Here's Isaac for the 3. Knocked away. The Orlando Magic coming to this one following a loss to...
Mercy, mercy me. Man, I like seeing Barnes whip out the big-time dunks, boy. I tell you, a high-flying forward who knows how to throw it down.
That was a terrific replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. And the basket by Gordon. The Mavericks have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Nowitzki and the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
Red hot so far, 4 for 4. Cooking with gas, couldn't draw it up any better.
And now we go to David Aldridge, who spoke with Frank Vogel. David.
Well, Kevin, he said for them to be successful, they have to act like, and I quote, a swarm of angry bees, unquote, every time the ball goes into the post. If they don't, he thinks they're going to be in for a long night. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. And Dirk Nowitzki gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Pass to Isaac. Orlando moving the ball around. Vucevic with it. Now guarded by Noel. Just 5 on the clock. The Magic need to get a shot off here. And it's Vucevic missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
You know, Nowitzki, who's been a Hall of Fame player throughout his career, had an Achilles injury last year, and there was some question as to whether or not he would retire. Nice to see him back in action for one more season.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Dallas.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Now, here's Vucevic. He got right to the cup using that screen. Gordon's got his second basket of the night. And Nowitzki had said his goal was to make it an even 20 years playing in the NBA, Clark.
And Kevin, here he is, season 20, after all he's accomplished and all this time, to see him still playing and still contributing at a very high level, really remarkable.
And it's the Magic with the ball. The Mavericks making the shot. Gordon a screen to the inside. Here's Matthews. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Nowitzki. Matthews has got his second bucket of the game to go.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
And the 3 ball is good.
Man, I like the deep ball of Isaac there, man. Has good touch for a big fella, and he shoots it with confidence.
In this first period, they've been aggressive and extremely focused.
Yeah, this is a big lead right now, a big one, and they've seized momentum and showing no signs of letting it go.
Here's Gordon, following the score by Dallas. Payton kicks to Fournier. Pick by Vucevic. Clock at 6. The dish now to Noel. Shoots over Vucevic, and Noel with the basket on the assist by Smith. Smith's got 3 assists tonight. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
And, you know, the Magic last summer looking to address their biggest weakness, a team really desperate for more perimeter shooting to space the floor.
And with Elfrid Payton at the point, a great penetrator, but not a great shooter. Clark, how important is it that the Magic surround him with shooting?
Well, he is terrific as a playmaker. Great size and can find people, but you've got to have shot makers. That's huge in this game because it's about making shots at some point, inside or out. And the Magic have to at least have 3 high-quality shooters on the floor with a guy like Payton. Or, hey, Payton could become a really good shooter over time.
And some great passing here so far. Let's check out this chart that breaks down where the assists have been coming from for the Mavericks.
And those bigs have done a great job of creating for others. They've caught the defense off guard time and time again with their unselfish play.
And they double up Peyton. Here's the three with the putback. And the second chance effort by Gordon. Gordon's got 6.
Well, you know what I like to say, persistence pays, and with Gordon, he's the kind of guy who just does not rest on the glass.
Down low. He can't get that one. Good D by Barnes. Here's Nowitzki, and he uses the glass on the layup. He's got 10.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Now here's Fournier looking for his first basket still in this one. From deep. Offensive rebound. And the basket by Isaac.
Well, you have to keep Isaac off the boards. I mean, when he's that close to the rim and has good position, he's a threat to grab a bunch of rebounds.
Vucevic with the block. Peyton against Smith. And it's Gordon missing.
Oh, and that would have been a spectacular alley-oop. Really difficult to get the timing right on those long ones. Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Matthews with the steal. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Matthews. Seth Curry, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. Then for the Magic. Biombo, he's checked in for Vucevic. Terrence Ross comes in for Isaac. And it's Hazanya in for Evan Fournier. Peyton passes to Gordon. It's stolen by Smith. Nowitzki dishes to Smith. Gordon with the defensive effort. The Magic trail by 11. Ross with a wide open look. Biombo kicks to Peyton. Takes a 3. Gordon had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Here's Curry. Ross grabs the board.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Giving up too many open shots. I mean, that's what's happening here, Greg. They look to me to be a bit sluggish.
Well, Clark, you've been in the booth for so long, but I have to ask, have you ever toyed with the idea of coaching or working in some team's front office? I know you did briefly for the Pacers.
Yeah, I did, and I enjoyed it. I was working in player relations, player development with our guys off the court, and loved it. But it just wasn't something I could sustain at this season in my life. Not interested in coaching. Have never really been, because my career path went towards broadcasting right after I got done playing, and I've paid my dues and have grown in this profession. And I would want to do the same thing in coaching, and I just don't have enough time in front of me to do that. So I'm happy to be around the game in this capacity. Coaching never lets up. I get an off season as a broadcaster.
Yes. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Clearly in great rhythm. They've got it going on, I mean, in a big way. Excellent job at establishing a huge lead early on.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
He played his college basketball at Duke. Seth Curry has really emerged as a solid NBA player, even though he was undrafted. A combo guard, he makes shots, and he makes plays.
look here at the numbers for Curry. Some last season stats for him. Averaged about 13 points a game last season, 2 assists and 2 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
Now here's Peyton. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. And there's the call on measuring. That is his first foul of the game. And Seth Curry, much more of a shooter than he is a passer.
We'll see if he can make the transition to point guard that his brother did. I mean, in the meantime, his 6'2" height leaves him something of a disadvantage against bigger shooting guards. But I tell you what, this young man is impressed with his ability to be a solid NBA guard.
The Magic trail by 14. Peyton passes to Biyombo. Mejri with the steal. And here we go, Mavericks running again. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Jonathan Simmons is checked in for Peyton. And Dirk Nowitzki last season passing 30,000 points for his career. As Clarkie enters his 40s, how much longer do you think he can keep it up?
Well, I don't know. He probably want to play until he's 50. And if he was able to, the Mavericks would certainly have a spot for him. But I think, 40, 41, that's a pretty high bar for NBA players. But if anybody could do it, Dirk might hang around that long.
Now here's Simmons. Harrison Barnes missing his last shot. Another miss by Orlando. Here's Barea. And he can't bank that one in. They get a hand on it. In the corner, Simmons with it. Puts up a 3. Drains the three-pointer. Simmons got himself on the board with 3 there.
Ross has earned his reputation as a team-first guy. Excellent at distributing the ball.
And that one's good, Barnes.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
And, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Finney-Smith. That shot misses. The Magic trail by 12. Here's Azania. Feeds to Biyombo. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And Biyombo plays with passion and enthusiasm down in the paint. Excellent at getting the defense to foul him inside.
No luck that time either. Here's Barea. Simmons with the defensive effort.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
And so it's Dallas, enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And Dirk Nowitzki steadily climbing the all-time scoring rankings. He talked about the remarkable journey of his long and illustrious career.
When I first got here, my first year was so tough that I didn't really know that I can make it in this league. To be named with all these names is an unbelievable honor, and it's been a crazy ride.
Dirk has proven himself through the test of time. As tough as it may have been back in his rookie year, he overcame those obstacles to become this elite NBA player destined for the Hall of Fame.
And people do talk about players being a Dirk Nowitzki type. You're right about that. And that's a type any team would like to have. One of the greatest power forwards in the NBA's history.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Mavericks team out there.
Playing smart in this first period. Credit their unselfish play.
Yeah, and that cohesion is really impressive, Greg. I mean, they know how to get each other going and feed off of each other, and that's crucial.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Harrison Barnes is out there with Measury. Then there's J.J. Barea, and it's Finney Smith in at the small forward. Vucevic checked in for Gordon. And so here's Orlando. The Mavericks making the shot. Stolen. Barnes up top.
That's a great dunk. Throw down there, man.
And it's nice watching Barnes. I like seeing him convert through contact. That, to me, demonstrates how strong he is on these finishes.
Now, here's Biyombo. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Count that one.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
He was all alone on that one. That's 10 points for Barnes.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Mavericks making a change here. Matthews is checked in. Isaac's checked in for Orlando. Fournier comes in for Mario Hezonja.
Now, you can't sleep on the athleticism of Fournier. I mean, this guy knows how to finish, and his dunks are done with style. And Orlando coach Frank Vogel, an assistant coach and advanced scout for about a decade before his first head job with the Pacers, did a terrific job. He helped turn the Pacers into a powerhouse.
And the Pacers made the playoffs 5 out of 6 seasons under Coach Vogel. Conference best 56 wins in 2014.
Yeah, and I was there during some of those wonderful runs. And for many, it was a surprise to see the Pacers look in a different direction. But it is the nature of the business for head coaches, and the former general manager, president with the Pacers, felt like it was just time for a change. So Frank Vogel's in Orlando, has some talented pieces, and now it's just about trying to make those pieces fit.
I'm not sure, Greg, there's a player who better fits the description of a grinder than Wes Matthews.
Yeah, so tough, too. I mean, mentally and physically. He talks about inflicting his personality on the team, and he truly is what I'd call a culture builder.
Nerlens Noel checks in for Dallas. Now a timeout called by Orlando.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Yeah, there's no reason why they should be scoring at will down there easily as they have. I mean, they've got to be more aggressive inside.
Here's a look at the stats for Farrell. Some last season stats for him. Put up about 10 points per game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And really for him, it's about putting in the work and improving his game.
Yeah, and I think he wants to. It's one of those things where you either want it or you don't, and he does.
Now here's Matthews. He's got 5.
You know, Matthews goes quickly from dribbling to shooting. I mean, you give him a sliver of daylight. That's all he needs, and he'll torch you.
Fournier with the ball. Matthews covering. They double him with Matthews. Inside. Outside for Simmons. Offline with his 3. Mavericks leading by 18. Banked in off the glass.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And it's the Magic with the ball. They'll be playing host to Miami for their next game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. They double him with Matthews. And Vucevic kicks to Fournier. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Nowitzki. Here's Noel, and slam dunk by Noel.
Boy, steady hands right there for Noel. You can try to knock this guy around, but at the end of the day, he's just got too much strength.
Now here's Simmons. They double him with Matthews. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Smith checked in for Dallas. And a change for the Magic. Payton, he's checked in for Jonathan Simmons. Here's Smith. They have a 22-point lead. It's the most they've led by.
Great play by Ross. I mean, using that bouncing ability at the defensive end, love it.
Looking to end the run. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Nice shot by Smith.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Here are the Magic now. Now here's Payton. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Poked loose. Matthews against Ross. Second shot opportunity. And there's the nice layup by Nowitzki.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
Well, it's paid off with a greater rate of second chance hoops. I mean, great effort to build this lead on their part.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
Now here's Matthews. He has 7, and he draws body contact. Looked like a blocking foul, and he was in the shooting motion, so he'll head to the free throw line.
The worst bench in the league by net rating resided in Orlando with the Magic. It's hard enough to win without star talent, but if you're also thin on the bench, no chance.
Curry's checked in for Yogi Ferrell. There's Noel. Vucevic with the block.
And you know, with Vucevic, as is the case with all shot blockers, it's about timing. And how can you bait that shooter into shooting a shot that you know you can block?
Here's Payton after Wesley Matthews' score. Vucevic with it, now guarded by Noel. And now the fast break. Matthews with the ball. It's hauled in by the Magic. And you look at the roster for Orlando, where do they go next, Clark? What's their biggest need?
Well, I mean, they've got a number of needs, but an elite scorer would certainly raise the level of this team, the ability to create something out of nothing. In other words, players that can make plays for themselves or others. Those are the kind of guys that, heck, everybody wants those kind of guys, Kevin, but the Magic certainly need players of that ilk.
And Wes Matthews, known as a two-way player. Clark, which aspect stands out to you the most? His offense or his defensive game?
Well, I think it's his offensive game from the standpoint of making the three-point shot. He's become a laser out there, and defensively very competitive, takes the challenge. He's rugged and tough and plays with the edge of a guy who wasn't drafted. Offensively, he can post you up a little bit, too.
Here's Isaac. 7 points in the game. Noel against Vucevic, and it's Noel missing. For Orlando, they've gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Fournier in the corner. Pass to Isaac. Shot from 12. Yep, it counts. Vucevic has got 5 points now this quarter.
And Vucevic not lacking for confidence at all. I mean, he has no problem popping the J once he gets the ball.
And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession. Mavericks making a switch here. Barnes is checked in. Biombo, he's checked in for Orlando. Hezonja comes in for Isaac.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Fournier's teammates trust him when he fires the pull-up jump shot. I mean, the defense cannot afford to lay off of him or they're cooked.
And it's Hezonja with the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
There's a screen, and they double up Payton. And stolen by Barnes. Oh, and here comes Barnes all alone.
Barnes quickly leaking out there. He's always trying to get some easy buckets, easy points, and as a result, he's able to beat defenders sometimes.
Here's Azania. And they double up Peyton. And stolen by Nowitzki. Here's Noel. And stolen by Biombo. Berea against Peyton. Pass to Fournier. We've got 1:28 left to play in the first half. Peyton's shot is off. And Noel kicks to Barnes. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
Boy, the speed of Barnes, Kevin, blasts around defenders and gets to the bucket with ease. Nice.
Fournier with the ball, and Curry picks him up defensively. The Magic again can't hit. Maverick shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. Barnes. Rebound by the Magic. Gordon's got 4 rebounds in this game. And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Measury, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Simmons checked in for Orlando. Azania, the pass to Peyton. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Combo dishes to Peyton. Poked away. Shot clock at 6. From 12 feet out. That's short off the rim.
This is definitely a day he'd like to forget. He just hasn't had the energy or the intensity to get it done out there. He's still scoreless.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. 16 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Lob pass to Gordon, and then Gordon with the dunk.
And when Gordon is launched and in the air like that, he's a mesmerizing guy to keep an eye on and just get out of the way.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. It's Dallas running away with this one. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Harrison, a big first half for you offensively. How did you get loose?
My teammates just been fine to me. I've just been trying to just run hard, make good backdoor cuts, run it in transition, and they've been giving me good looks.
You have not stopped moving at all, and it's led to good results. Thanks, Harrison. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And welcome to halftime. Hey, what a fantastic time of the year. NBA season getting underway. Hey.
I'm excited. I am really excited. I am really, really excited, honey.
Harrison Barnes led the way in the first half. He had 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 steals. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played?
They've done a lot of things well, but the way they've taken care of the basketball, valuing each possession, so critical to the tempo, so crucial to the offensive flow. They've got a great rhythm, as smart and as safe as they're playing. They made it clear they're not going to beat themselves today.
Check. What'd you think about Orlando?
Well, you live by the 3 and you die by the 3. And today, they're dying. And as cold as they've been behind the arc, they keep firing from deep. What are you doing? I know they got a lot of ground to make up, but they can't continue with this game plan. Not working.
And we're just about ready for the start of the third quarter. Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll see you.
The skyline of Dallas illuminating the night sky as we welcome you back to the Lone Star State. Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. And Harrison Barnes has really been making it happen, guys.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, I liked how they took the initiative. They were really locked into what they wanted, not letting the defense dictate their shot selection.
Mark, there are a lot of great rim protectors right now in the NBA.
Yeah, there sure are, and there are a couple, though, that stand out to me. Gobert and Whiteside. I mean, they are just like octopuses in their ability to hover around that rim and challenge and change and block shots. Those two guys really stand out to me.
Yeah.
I also think you've got to consider DeAndre Jordan, too. With his athleticism, he's become better as a rim protector in his last few years.
Right. You're right, Clark. Checking out the group for Frank Vogel to start the second half. Peyton and Fournier are the 1 and the 2. The big men are Gordon and Vucevic, and it's Isaac in at the 3 slot. Matthews with the steal.
You know, he's got to take care of the ball much better than he has been. By himself, he's accounted for 4 turnovers. That's way too many.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, the Orlando Magic do have a stacked front court. They've got plenty of size. Head coach Frank Vogel said, in today's small ball NBA, we think we can beat the heck out of teams in the paint. But shooting has been a hindrance, and he conceded he might have to win some games 68-65. Kevin?
Going against the grain, DA. Thank you.
And Matthews streaks down the floor. Fantastic score in the open court. He can get to the rim or hurt you with the 3.
And there's the feed to Fournier. A 3-pointer off the mark. For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. The drive by Barnes. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
The Magic have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Peyton with the ball. Now Smith defending. Peyton kicks to Vucevic. There's the pick. Vucevic gets double-teamed. Fournier gets a wide-open look. The Magic again can't hit.
They're in a hurry. I think, Kevin, they're rushing things a little bit to begin the half. Nothing pretty about this 1-for-4 start. And that layup is usually going in, especially when the defense is as lazy as that.
And stolen by Barnes. Here's Noel. No good that time, so Orlando will take it the other way.
This has been a rough, turbulent outing for him so far. Fortunately, the rest of his team has bailed him out.
Looking to get back on track here, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got his 4th assist in this one. Orlando's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And stolen by Noel. And Noel throws it down.
Noel is known for his high activity on defense. Great motor. Keeps his arms moving so he can come up with some critical steals in addition to a block shot or 2 as well.
That one wide left. The Magic shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. And threw the ball out of bounds. Fournier last touched it.
And a moment now to check out the numbers for Fournier. How he performed last season. Last season put up about 17 points per, 3 assists and 3 rebounds. And he was their top scorer throughout last season.
Well, his teammates knew whenever they really needed a basket, just look his way.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Farrell's checked in. And a switcher also for Orlando. Ross is checked in for Isaac. They get a hand on it. Here's Noel, and slam dunk by Noel.
Excellent effort from Noel on the fast break. When he's sprinting like that, it really energizes the rest of his guys.
And you look at the post-up bangers who don't block shots at a high level. More and more we're seeing teams relegate them to that 6-man role off the bench. It'll be interesting to see how that affects a guy like Vucevic who fits that description.
Greg, why is it, do you think, that teams want those more floor-bound, post-up big men like Vucevic coming off the bench?
I think 2 things. First of all, their defensive shortcomings are less exposed playing against other reserves. Also, their ability to create offense on the block has more value with that second unit because that group tends to have their struggles in terms of scoring the basketball.
Kicks it to Fournier. in the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Here's Ross, and it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Matthews goes in, and Matthews throws it down.
And that monster lead continues to grow. They are just piling it on now.
Yeah, it looks too easy for him. Almost looks too easy for him, I should say, Greg. I mean, their chemistry really, really at a high level.
Here's Noel, and Noel throws it down.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
And you know what, Greg? They are crushing it on both ends. I mean, in total control right now.
Measury, he's checked in for Dirk Nowitzki. The Magic also changing it up. Biyombo is checked in for Aaron Gordon. Hezonja comes in for Fournier. And Jonathan Simmons subbed in for Payton. And it's Vucevic missing.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Well, that's 3 of their last 5 baskets in transition.
Here's Hezonja. Passes it to Biyombo. He kicks it to Ross. He feeds it to Vucevic. To the inside. Biyombo. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Biyombo's got his 2nd basket of the night.
And Biyombo is highly effective down low. Knows where to post up in the paint.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And when you look at this Magic team with their talent, what should their identity be?
Well, I think it should be up-tempo, defensive-oriented. They've got really good athletes, and defending at a high level with that kind of athleticism is doable, and I think would lead to easier offense. And that's what I think they have to foundation themselves on.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Dallas. Curry comes in for Smith.
Tell you what, Kevin, and when Matthews is in the zone, he's as fun to watch as anybody. A clever, smart player who can score from anywhere in bunches.
Here's Hezonja. Knocks it loose. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. And we take a look here at the shot chart for the Mavericks.
This is the shot chart of a dominant performance. I mean, he's taking a lot of shots because right now he believes that every shot he does take is going in. And who can blame him with the way he's played? Simply outstanding work coming from him.
J.J. Barea is checked in for Yogi Ferrell. And it's the Magic with the ball. Simmons with it. Tipped away. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Vucevic missing. Here's Finney-Smith. It's tipped. And here is Simmons. And here we go. Fast break. Barea's got it. Here's Measury. Great D that time from Vucevic. For Orlando, they've gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. And there's the call on Measury. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
Simmons against Barea. Here's Biyombo. And it's Biyombo with the jam.
Hey, when Biyombo's deep inside, it's fun to watch because you know this guy is going to finish with a flush.
Curry passes to Finney-Smith. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. The Magic have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Ross against Matthews. With some arc. Got a hand on it. Sinks that one from the post. Matthews has got 14 points here in the second half.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Matthews with the steal. And it's Matthews again missing. Ross for 3. And he's good on the 3 ball. Ross has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Matthews against Ross. And it's Matthews again missing. Orlando's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And a wide open look for Simmons. The Mavericks pull it in. Barea's got his third rebound tonight. Here's Matthews. And it's Matthews again missing. Magic shooting just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots. Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. The baseline J. Count that one. Matthews has got 27.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Here's Azania. He dishes it to Vucevic, and Vucevic throws it down.
Superb body control by Vucevic, bouncing off the defense and burying the shot.
Matthews goes in, and it's Matthews with the jam.
Being aware there, excellent recognition, fantastic playmaking leading to the nice shot.
There's 45 seconds left here in the third quarter. Dishes it to Ross. They double him with Matthews. Back to Simmons. And the layup falls. Simmons got 5.
Great job getting to the right spot on the court. Beautiful passing all the way around.
Got that one up quick.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Greg, they keep pulling up and watching them go down. It's a really nice thing to see.
12 seconds left in the third quarter. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Here's Barea. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
Hey, that's a big piece of the pie when you're talking about winning basketball, fast break points. I mean, because most of the time, those are easy hoops.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. The Mavericks on top, running away with it. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And let's listen to head coach Rick Carlisle review the game plan with his guys.
Hey, defense, great job. Blocking, helping, terrific, all right? Stay with it.
And Rick Carlisle moments ago amped up about their defensive effort, just telling them to stay the course.
And there is nothing a coach likes more than when all 5 guys are sacrificing to get stops.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Harris is out there with J.J. Barea. Then there's Dwight Powell. Then there's Measury. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. And that's a foul called on J.J. Barea. That's his first foul. Augustine against Barea. Aflalo outside. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
Yeah, nice vision from the little fella there, Augustine, making it easy for his teammates by finding the open man.
And the basket good by Measury.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And there's the call on Measury. That will be foul number 5 on him. And the Mavericks making a change here. Farrell's checked in. Now here is Augustine. Tight defense on him. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Devin Harris. That is his first foul of the game. Clark, when we talk about the importance of what a player can do, how important is it for a player to know what they cannot do?
Very important. Understanding who you are and what your skill set is and how that fits with your team, critically important. Not only knowing it, but then embracing your role within your particular limitations, skill set, and teamwork.
Here's Powell, and the layup's good off the glass.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
And Mack kicks to Aflalo. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Powell with the steal. 2 on none. No one back to stop this. And the dunk by Powell.
And, Powell is an excellent athlete, Kevin, easily leaking out in transition and making himself a big target to throw the ball to.
To the paint, here's Isaac. Good, and the nice assist from Mack.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Clark, when you look back at your terrific career, who is the one player that you considered your toughest opponent to go up against?
There were a couple of guys. Bernard King from the New York Knicks, because we saw them a handful of times a year, and he was just such a phenomenal scorer and a relentless worker offensively. He just never gave you a break. I didn't get to see the West Coast teams but twice a year. The Denver Nuggets in the early 80s had Kiki Vandeweghe, Alex English, and Dan Issel. And between those three guys, they were at. I love that. Yes, indeedy.
Oh, here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim.
Boy, the guys on the bench loving every minute of that one.
And it's Harris off the drive. The shot from the low post is good. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Mavericks.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've gotten down in transition.
Great positioning on the putback.
No hesitation at all in transition, and they have a huge margin in that department.
Fast breaks yield easy buckets, guys. They've made the most of their chances in that regard. The defense not able to get set. You get a running start to the rim, you should get a good number of scoring chances that way.
Now here is Augustine. Defense is right there. Here's Mack. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. The Mavericks have gotten 7 of their 8 shots to fall here in the fourth. A tremendous offensive outburst. Yep, that one goes.
Yeah, that's just straightforward basketball from Harris. Driving to the hoop with purpose and not letting anyone, or anything for that matter, slow him down.
Spates dishes to Augustine. Here's Isaac. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
And they just tried everything to stem the tide here, but nothing seems to work.
Yeah, they can't find anything. They're lost right now. Everything working against them.
Guys, fast break points right now in their favor, and they're really pushing the tempo.
And, Greg, defensively, you got to have better floor balance and commitment to hustling back. I mean, you got to sprint back. You can't jog back.
And Augustine kicks to Afflalo. His three-pointers off the mark.
Well, it's surprising that he clunked that one. I mean, especially since the defense was nowhere to be found.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
And league expansion is something that simply won't leave the conversation in the NBA right now, Clark. Do you think that the NBA adding another team or two is inevitable?
I don't think it's inevitable. As a matter of fact, I think we're at a good number where we are, Kevin. It's still the best league in the world, and I think you could dilute that a bit if you added teams. So I'm fine with where we are.
The Magic making a switch here. Gordon's checked in. For Orlando, they've gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. And that's a foul called on Yogi Ferrell. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. And the Mavericks ownership amongst the most outspoken and influential in the NBA.
Kevin, that is an understatement on both counts, outspoken and influential. Their owner is one of the best in sports, I think. The team's success has provided credibility, and with the league becoming more forward-thinking, things starting to swing again in Dallas's way.
There's the pass to Spates. Now here is Augustine. D right on him. Back to Afflalo. Clock at 6. And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. That free throw, no good. And for the young players on the Magic, how much tougher is it to develop when a team is continually changing their coaching staff?
Well, Kevin, we've seen it. I mean, when you have multiple turnover, particularly in key front office or coaching positions, that's very difficult for the players. It's disorienting. 4 different coaches in the last 3 years. At some point, you have to set your anchor and sail accordingly.
And Augustine kicks to Spates. The Magic again can't hit. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
The dish to Augustine. Misses the 3. Well, it was the Dallas Mavericks in their last game, a loss to the Hornets. And the dunk by Powell.
And, you know, this is what Powell does best. Establishes himself deep inside and jams it home.
Well, Orlando shooting in this fourth quarter pretty dire at 27%. Now here is Augustine. He's guarded closely. Afflalo outside. That's tipped. Powell with the steal. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. And the dunk by Powell.
Yeah, really good to see Powell playing within the offense and taking quality shots and riding his hot hand.
Well, Orlando shooting a meager 37% for the game. Lob pass to Gordon. Back to Augustine. Feeds to Simmons. Spates sets a screen. Here's Gordon. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 5 assists in the game.
Hey, it's pretty simple when Gordon is connecting like he is now. I mean, you got to keep getting the ball to him. He often takes high-quality shots.
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
Powell with the steal. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Here's Farrell. And the shot is good. Farrell's got 4 points this quarter.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And, you know, Greg, it's hard to ask for much more than that because they're getting to their spots and they're knocking down the shots.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. Thinking back to the great Warrior team from last year, Clark, how do you place them in a historical context for what they accomplished?
Well, they're on a short list of one of the great teams of all time in terms of winning a championship and what they did throughout the season to do so. You'd have to consider them as one of the outstanding teams in the history of the NBA.
J.J. Barea checked in for the Mavericks. Gordon, the pass to Spates. Takes the 13-footer. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Dallas.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Wesley Matthews.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Spates kicks to Augustine. Curry brings the double. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Curry. Here's Finney-Smith, and he dunks it down.
And leaving nothing to chance here on this game-clinching run.
Exactly. Cold-blooded. Separation solidified. Great effort.
And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, Rule will head to the line for 2.
And that was the last thing they needed. Now the clock is stopped, and they put them on the line.
Yeah, and I'm confident Coach was reminding everybody, don't foul at the start of that possession. Obviously, he didn't get the message.
Dallas making a switch here. Farrell's checked in. Isaac's checked in for the Magic.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Big time. I mean, it's amazing. Their crowd letting them hear it, and that's always inspiring. They want to see this thing get wrapped up.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And the Mavericks call time here. What's your take, guys?
You know, this is a timeout maybe just so they can pat each other on the back because no other reason to call it.
Well, they're really just being conservative, making sure they don't make any last-minute mistakes, I guess. I mean, I have no idea. No idea.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Wesley Matthews.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
He's played up to his full potential tonight, and he's been playing to the crowd too. He loves being the star attraction, even if it doesn't happen on a regular basis. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's measuring. From down in the low post, it goes.
And every once in a while, he'll show up and give you some great moves around the hoop.
Ball's knocked loose. And Mack kicks to Spates. The Magic again can't hit. Goes up the baseline, and it's Dallas with another.
Kevin, I've got a lot of respect for the offensive game of J.J. Barea. I mean, this guy picks his spots well and plays within himself. He knows his limitations.
From deep, off the mark. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Wesley, nice win after the last loss. How important is it to win these home games?
We need all of them. We need every single home win we can get. And like you said, it was a good bounce-back win for us. And we got to get ready for our next game.
Great job, Wesley. Thanks again. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you later.